This week on The Final Problem, we're looking at this fan sent in question. How can selfless actions be considered selfless? And, at the end, we're going to uncover the truth about what really happened to Sherlock Holmes. Only on The Final Problem.
All they care about is you.
Mr. Anderson. Mr. Anderson. Mr. Anderson! Mr. Anderson. Thank you. Are you with us now? Alright, so let's see what we have here, okay? Oh, would you look at that? Yet another teenage boy pursuing a life of crime. Okay, get this. Did you know that 60 to 80% of adolescents between the ages of 10 and 17 admit or get caught doing a juvenile offense? Well, of course, these are just status offenses such as underage smoking or drinking, but no, not you, Mr. Anderson. You straight up shoot a guy in the back.
That's not how it went down.
Oh no? Well, it was just a little fun fact for you.
I'm sorry, I don't see the relevance to this. Could we get back to the topic?
Food for thought. Okay, we will now commence the hearing of Jacob Anderson, accused of petty theft, possession of a loaded weapon, and attempted murder.
I told you already, it wasn't attempted, it was an accident.
Oh, okay, why don't you explain this little happy accent of yours?
My brother is suffering from tuberculosis. My parents are dead and no other family that I know of to take care of him. The medication must not be working.
Get it, I don't feel any better.
Well, I guess we're gonna have to get the more concentrated one next time.
Can't afford that. How do we afford this one as it is?
I know. I'll figure it out later.
What are you doing?
What's necessary?
Don't do that. It's broad daylight. They'll catch you and put you in prison.
Me? This isn't about me. It's about you. I promised Mom. Just don't worry about it. I know what I'm doing.
Please.
I'll be more used to you in prison than here. It's all that matters, and I don't even care about the consequences. All I care about is you.
Mother, separating us wouldn't be the best idea.
Best idea for you?
For us. The separation is what got us into this mess in the first place. Although... Anyways, we didn't have enough money. I didn't choose to steal.
Mr. Anderson, you always
I
have a
had to,
choice.
I didn't have a choice.
Go to Jack's party the other day.
Oh yeah, of course, I think.
Any other TB patient. Do you know that in 2012, I believe, there was 8 million people diagnosed with it, and over 1 million died of it? What makes your brother worth paralyzing another young boy for? Think about that young boy's family. Their lives are ruined, and he will be spending the rest of his life in a wheelchair.
And I didn't even get his money for...
Neo?
Phone and wallet. That won't be enough. Run, and I will take him. Hand over your bags. Go! Call the cops.
But we're gonna have a short recess, and then we'll resume this at 3 p.m.
Alright.
Mr. Anderson? Guys.
I'm Homie. I don't speak your language.
Because I could not stop death, kindly stop for me. Carriage held but just ourselves, and immortality.
First surmise to a horse's head. We're to eternity.
Penny Alfredo.
That guy earlier. I think what he did was right.
He knew what was coming. He knew why we were hired. He knew who sent us. Why would he even try to stop us at that point?
Okay, yeah, but don't you think it was kind of selfless and heroic of him to even try?
First of all, there is no such thing as a selfless action. All selfless actions have selfish motives. And two, if this son of a bitch was really so selfless, why would he stay there, knowing that he was the best of them all, and knowing that his boss was gonna kick his ass if they found out that they lost the one thing that had the location of their goddamn suitcase?
Alright, what do you think this is? A Tarantino movie?
No, but really, you gotta think about it. This guy, who you say was selfless, was willing to be shot up by us two, just to avoid getting tortured for 2 weeks, and possibly living the rest of his life physically and mentally disabled. I worked with the mob. Uncle Tony Montana taught me everything I know. I know how they torture the people that go against them. It's not pretty, I tell ya, but it's in no way selfless to end up taking that away.
Okay, but speaking on a more general note, so you really don't believe that there's such a thing as a selfless good deed?
That's the one.
This is the first video I'm making to document my journey into becoming a god. My name is Alex Tang, and about a week ago, I found this black book named Death Note. It was just on the ground at school, and when I opened the book, the first page had a set of rules on it, which basically say I'm able to kill someone just by picturing the face into my mind and writing down their name, then they die of a heart attack. Of course I didn't believe it at first, but then something happened. On the news, I saw that this man named Jacob Anderson had mugged a student walking home from school, and he shot him. So I decided to try out this death note, and I pictured his face into my mind, and I wrote down Jacob Anderson. And a day later, I saw on the news that they announced the death of Jacob Anderson from a heart attack. And this is when it hit me. I am the chosen one, and I will become a god who will fix this rotten society. I will kill all criminals who deserve to die.
I'm El, and this is Video Blog 1. Now, we know very little about this case. All we know is that this mysterious killer can kill from a heart attack, and all he needs is your name and the face. He only kills convicted criminals, and that was because their names and faces were broadcast on TV. Now, this was only in the GTA, therefore we can determine that he actually does live in the GTA. The only people working on this case is my partner Red, and this really bright kid named Alex saying he helped me out with previous cases. But that's not the point. The point is that Alex really keeps to himself. That makes me really suspicious of him. I sent in a couple investigators after him, and that's the thing. They all died of a heart attack. and this led to my suspicion that Alex could be the killer. This is why I wanted to take a gamble and do something a little bit risky.
It's been a while since I first made my last video, and frankly, I'm a little ticked off. People are scared of me, they don't appreciate my work, and they think that I'm selfish, which is wrong. What I'm doing is justice. I am selflessly putting myself at risk to save this society. I mean, since I found this book, almost all violent war criminals have died out, and crime rates have plummeted. And it takes a genius like me to have been able to make it this far, and I will continue to rid this world of its criminals. And then the world will realize just how selfless I am, and how my actions are just. A genius like me won't get caught. In fact, I've been already working with the so-called greatest detective, and he doesn't even suspect me of anything.
That's good, Alex! Come here!
Yeah, what do you need?
Alright. We've been working together for quite a while, and I've come to trust you. I'm going to trust you with this very secret information that I've told nobody. My real name? Tom Morgan.
You actually told me your name. Okay, I'll share my secret now. I am the killer you've been looking for. I am the one who's been killing everyone of a heart attack. Paul Morgan. You're gonna die soon of a heart attack, little idiot.
That's not right. I'm the idiot. Paul is not my real name. Red! Alex Tang, you are under arrest for many murders you have done. Your criminal needs to be locked away for your wrongdoings.
Wrongdoings. What I'm doing is justice. You guys should be treating me like a god. I've been cleansing this world of the plague that rots it. This crime rates have plummeted. Everyone is safe now. I have much more work to do.
Did you just say justice? You think that killing criminals is justice? Alex, that's childish, alright? It's just childish and wrong. Red, take him away.
Childish? How else will this world be safe?
Sherlock Holmes. Where do I even begin? He was the biggest jerk I ever knew. But it made him likable. I don't even know why you're doing this interview. But I'll tell you one thing. No matter what happens, I'll always believe in Sherlock Holmes.
Cinnamon, where you gonna run to? Cinnamon, where you gonna run to? Where you gonna run to? All on that day, will I run to the rock? Please hide me and run to the rock. Please hide me and run to the rock. Please hide me, Lord, all on that day. But the rock cried out, I can't hide you, the rock cried out. I can't hide you, the rock cried out. I ain't gonna hide you down all on that day.
How did he die? I don't know. I don't know. That's the funny thing. He was my best friend and I don't even know what happened to him. Could you start from the beginning? Yeah, I suppose so. He had come into the flat one night. He was going on about something, that he'd just been in a fight, that he almost had it, he almost cracked it. And then he started packing his bags. I had asked him where he was going, and naturally he didn't respond. He just told me to pack my bags and meet him at Victoria Station the next morning, and to make sure that I wasn't followed. went to Strasbourg and stayed in our hotel most of the time. Sherlock was silent for most of it, probably lost in thought. Despite his silence, I could tell something was bothering him. For the first time, I saw him scared.
Forgive me, Father, for I have sinned.
That's putting it lightly, Holmes.
Now what's all this about?
Is it not a valid reason for me to just want to see you?
What is it, Irene?
I understand you have a fan.
I have many.
Well, there's one who seems to be going out of his way to see you.
What is it, Irene?
He's obtained Zyklon C gas. He's having an opera at his castle, where he's inviting several prominent world leaders. He plans to gas them all. All you need to know is that he...
Who sent you?
John,
What?
the door.
What?
The door, there was a knock.
When?
Half an hour ago. We're going back to London.
When we got to London, Sherlock sent me to Lestrade. All he told me was that he was going to see an old friend.
Hello, Mr. Holmes. How are you feeling? No response, Welcome to my game, if you favor the dramatics.
John, what are you doing here?
Sherlock said you knew I'd be here.
I haven't spoken to Sherlock since the Bank of London.
Oh God.
Have you no idea what we have done, do you? This organization is a spider's web, which has weaved its way through your little civilization that you thought was so secure.
He's with Moriarty.
Moriarty!
The world is crumbling. Mr. Holmes, gangs, terrorists, corruption, revenge. There is no escape of it. Darwin's words were always survival of the fittest, Mr. Holmes. And now I see the truth in it, Mr. Holmes. We spent so much time caring for those who only drag us down. And I'm going to fix that, Mr. Holmes.
Sherlock was asleep for 2 days. Moriarty's gas hit him hard.
Where's that letter from? Our good friend Moriarty left it there.
I hope you're feeling better, because we have big news. The gas that Moriarty used to put you out was Zyklon C. It's a gas based on the one used in the Holocaust. Now, the dose you were given was only enough to put you to sleep. It was barely anything. But if Moriarty has this, it is bad news. We're talking genocide.
Wonderful. Tell me, do you like opera?
When we got to the opera, we realized how big this really was. Some of the most powerful world leaders were at Moriarty's opera, soon to be killed. Sherlock disappeared in the crowd, and I realized he was going for Moriarty. Part of me knew that I would never see him again.
Mr. Holmes, you've arrived. It would be rude of me not to.
We found the gas canisters and evacuated the building. The world leaders are safe. Where's Sherlock?
And that was it. Could have saved the world and the world doesn't even know it. A few words may suffice to tell the little that remains. And examination by experts leaves little doubt that the personal contest between the two men ended, as it could hardly fail to end such a situation, and they're reeling over, locked in each other's arms. Any attempt at recovering the bodies was absolutely hopeless. And there, deep down in the dreadful cauldron of swirling water and seething foam, will lie for all time the worst, the most dangerous criminal, and the foremost champion of the law and their generation.